Welcome to Green Card for PhD. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. The content of this presentation is solely for information purpose and not meant to be a legal advice. With the disclaimer out of the way, let's start the topic of the video. In this video we will discuss some details of I-140 self-petition process. If you have not seen our other videos on what a self-petition is in different categories, we suggest you watch those videos before watching this. If you are interested in a DIY solution, we suggest you visit our website. I-140 application is a permanent residency application or the green card application in the United States. Although most people refer to this as the green card application, I-140 is a first step in the application process. This is in fact the most important part of the green card application. As you probably know, having a green card gives several advantages to the holder, especially for employment purposes. An important point to note is that if you concurrently apply for employment and travel eligibility, once your I-140 is approved, you receive some of the benefits even before a green card is approved to you. In this video we will discuss the main constituents of this application, what to apply and when to apply, etc. in some detail. This slide briefly describes the 2 steps of a green card application process. More will be discussed in detail in other slides. A general outline is described here. The application process consists of 2 stages. The first stage is I-140 application, which is a petition for permanent residency where the USCIS decides if you are eligible to get a green card or not. As mentioned before, this is a very important step that takes most of the effort. Approval of I-140 application implies that you are eligible to convert your current status into a permanent residency status. The I-140 application process is generally the same whether you are within the country or you're out of the country, except for a small difference in one of the sections that you fill out. The exact content of the petition differ based on whether you are applying in the EB-1A or NIW categories. The second step in the application process is obtaining the permanent residency visa. This is accomplished via an I-485 application if you are within the U.S. I-485 application seeks to adjust your current status to a permanent residency. This step is slightly different if you are not within the United States. You follow a process called consular processing if you are outside of the United States to obtain permanent residency. The choice of consular processing versus I-485 application is selected during the I-140 application. I-140 application details. I-140 application is generally very different from many other applications that one would submit to the USCIS. In the sense, this is combination of filling an application form called I-140 that USCIS provides and an elaborate petition. We will discuss the petition a little later. The USCIS I-140 form consists of 10 sections that you would fill out. It also has a provision for someone else to fill on your behalf. This form captures information such as the petition type and category, your address, some work details, how you plan to apply for change of status, such as I-485 or consular processing, details of derivative applicants who get benefited such as your spouse and dependent children, etc. The second most important part of the application is the petition. Petition consists of a write-up and supporting evidence. The write-up has to be detailed enough to convince the USCIS examiner. How elaborate this needs to be and exact content depends on your background details. For example, if you have a Fields Medal and are applying in EB-1A, then only a short description may be needed. However, if you are a typical PhD with several publications in a field that has national importance, then a detailed description that walk through various USCIS requirements would be necessary. In our DIY packets we have broken down the write-up into easily manageable chunks that you work through in a step-by-step process that allows you to complete a detailed petition write-up. The write-up should be well substantiated using evidence that is logically organized. The evidence consists of material such as reference letters that support your claims, and other documents such as certificates, etc. USCIS instructions provide details where to file the I-140 application. This depends on your current location. There are 2 ways to file an I-140 application. First is a standalone application where you send I-140 by itself. Second approach is called concurrent filing. Concurrent application is only possible if you are residing within the United States. Before using this approach, you would need to check and understand if you are allowed to file a concurrent application. This depends on your nationality and immigration visa availability for your nationality and application category. If allowed, you can choose to apply for I-485, Adjustment of Status, I-765, Employment Authorization or EAD application, and I-131, Advanced Parole or Travel Authorization application. These details and information on visa availability will be covered in a separate video. If you are just learning about the I-140 application process, then you probably have several other questions. What criteria do I need to satisfy to apply? What category do I choose, EB-1A or NIW? What is the exact process I need to follow to apply for one of these applications? We'll answer these questions and many others in our rest of the videos. Please remember to like this video, subscribe, and watch our other videos. Green Card for PhD is a small team of professionals who have obtained their green cards via the process detailed in our videos and the DIY packets. Our DIY packets contain examples of successful applicants. Please visit our website to know more about the DIY packets.